This is Daily Dose of Daryl from the Peebles Motivation Bureau, bringing you something positive, personal, and professional every day. This is Season 4, Episode 3, October 21 through 27, 2024. It's entitled Ancient Animation. For my undergraduate thesis project in college, I contracted with a textile corporation to produce a live-action animated safety film illustrating their safety principles. Of course, this is before computers. Everything is done from scratch and by hand. I had to put together all the resources, training, components, do the artwork, direct the live filming, and film the actual plastic cells that I'd drawn and painted, and did all the math for the different movements to be used in the film from start to finish. The animation camera is set up on a stand for the 23,400 different shots that had to be made. They were done one at a time and incorporated with the live action. Directing the factory workers was fun in itself. I hope you'll enjoy viewing the finished product. The application to our lives is that our life is a project also, and there are many components to it. We need to pay attention to each of the details and to be thorough in what we do in our lives so that we can be happy with the results.
Stop and think. At West Point Pepperell, we believe in safety, and the prevention of accidents is planned in every job description. That's our company's official policy. Yes, we care about you and your safety, and we want you to know it. But stop and think. Who is responsible for safety? West Point Pepperell has about 20,000 employees working in more than 50 plants and facilities scattered over more than 7 states. Who is responsible for safety? The answer is everybody, from the top brass on down. You are a vital part of our safety program. Your actions every day at work not only determine your personal safety and the success of our safety program, but also the safety of your coworkers. Employees working nearby on jobs that often overlap. In the production of textiles at West Point Pepperell, the variety of jobs is boundless. With so many different types of jobs, the risk of having an accident is greatly increased. However, over a period of time, and for your benefit, we have developed 17 general safety rules, covering good safety practices in all areas of company operation. The rules are basic. They are designed for you. By knowing these rules and by constantly using and observing them, you will help ensure the safety of each employee. Number 1. Report all accidents immediately to your department head or shift supervisor. By following this rule, the employee who has been injured will assure himself of receiving proper attention immediately. Once an accident is reported, management personnel will be alerted to discover the cause and initiate corrective measures. Suppose an employee suffers a minor injury, one that seems unimportant at the time. Stop and think. What's the proper procedure? Report all accidents. Failure to do so can be a painful mistake. Even a minor prick of the finger without proper treatment can develop into something more serious. Infection. Although our general safety rules are designed to prevent accidents, Rule number 2, like Rule number 1, points out the proper procedure to be used after an accident has taken place. If a doctor's attention is necessary due to a job-related injury, proper authorization must be secured from your department head, shift supervisor, or nurse. Some injuries may be treated by first aid, but others may need the services of a physician. This rule benefits the employee by assuring the best possible medical attention once an accident has occurred. You can avoid problems by securing authorization for a doctor's attention when it is needed. Rule number 3. Horseplay is not permitted. Horseplay may also be defined as child's play. Regardless of the activity, horseplay does not have a place at work. This is perhaps one of the easiest safety rules for you to follow, simply by not participating in any horseplay or any activity closely related to it. Horseplay can endanger the safety and well-being of other employees as well as yourself. And aside from the many dangers, well, it can just be plain embarrassing. Rule number 4. The use of compressed air for blowing off the person is extremely dangerous. Don't do it. When properly used, compressed air is okay. But when an employee uses high-pressure air for cleaning himself, he's inviting an injury. As an alternative to removing lint and other particles from hair, clothing, and the body, it is much safer and wiser to use whisk brooms or brushes and combs for the hair. Compressed air can be a powerful agent. Stop and think. Rule number 5. When using compressed air to blow off machinery and other cleaning operations, eye protection will be used. The one using compressed air will be responsible for protecting others in the vicinity. West Point Pepperell furnishes eye protection equipment for your benefit. The equipment is of no value, however, unless used properly. Stop and think. Protect yourself and others when using compressed air for cleaning operations. Even a small particle blown into the eye, ear, or skin can prove injurious. For example, as the eye moves, the small particle can act as a blade, cutting the tender surface. So remember, use that eye protection. Rule number 6. Never use equipment that you are not authorized to use. Serious disabling accidents have occurred when employees started working around equipment after they had been previously warned to avoid that particular area. An employee who operates machinery without approval not only endangers his or her personal safety, but possibly that of others. Many machines that seem quite harmless can cause severe injuries. Stop and think. Don't use any equipment which you are not authorized to operate. Rule number 7. No one shall operate this elevator unless he has been specifically authorized to do so, or any other elevator for that matter. The operation of elevators requires the abilities of properly trained personnel. No one under 18 years of age may operate an elevator. Overloading, starting before doors and gates are closed, and many other unsafe conditions can result from the improper use of elevators. But experienced operators know better. An unauthorized employee offering a fast exit from the top floor on an elevator may sound good, but stop and think. Remember, only authorized operators. Rule number 8. Never clean or repair machinery while it is in motion. When servicing or repairing machinery, a workman may inadvertently expose himself to working parts of the equipment. Therefore, it is mandatory that the equipment be completely de-energized or stopped before any service or repair work is started. Remember, stop the machine's motion completely. Make the repair. Then restart the machine. Simple? Yes, but very important. In our industry, many pieces of machinery operate at high rates of speed. Fingers and limbs have been lost when this rule was ignored or broken. Rule number 9. Report to your department head or shift supervisor any defective machinery. Guards, oily or wet spots on the floor, or any other hazard. An alert employee is the key to this safety rule. Spotting a hazard, he reports it immediately. In this way, the proper person can be selected to make the correction. Elimination of a hazard that exists in a machine, in a method, in materials, or in a plant area is the best measure that can be taken to prevent near-miss accidents or personal injury. Even though the correction is as simple as replacing a guard, sometimes the value may not be realized until later. Two approaching employees. A stumble. An injury avoided because someone stopped, thought, and followed through. Rule number 10. Do not attempt to repair equipment which you have not been instructed to repair. Employees who have not received maintenance instructions not only endanger themselves, but also others. The danger of an accident may be greatly increased when a person without knowledge and proper instruction attempts to repair equipment. This employee may have good intentions. Can fixing a frayed plug really cause any harm? Stop and think. Leave the repair work to those who are trained to do the job properly. Rule number 11. Never wear loose or baggy clothing or jewelry around moving machinery. Moving gears, shafts, and belts naturally are dangerous, and loose clothing and loose long sleeves around such items present a distinct hazard. Not only loose clothing, but also jewelry, such as rings or watches, has caused many accidents. Stop and think. Choose the proper apparel for your job, and just leave off the jewelry. A gear or a belt on a machine can grab a loose piece of clothing and drag you right into the hospital. Rule number 12. Do not use water on electrical equipment fires. Electrical equipment fires are different from other kinds. Why? Because electricity is involved, sometimes enough to kill a person. Therefore, a conductive material such as water or foam must not be used to extinguish this type fire. What to do? Sound the proper alarm and secure the proper firefighting equipment, such as a dry chemical or carbon dioxide extinguisher. It's important to know the location of all types of firefighting equipment before it's needed. Remember, never use water on electrical equipment fires. Before you act, stop and think. Rule number 13. Use your legs for lifting. Keep your back straight and get help if the load is too heavy. Lifting with the leg muscles is safer than using the back, since leg muscles are many times larger. Even athletes capable of fancy flips know that proper lifting is important. Improper lifting is a leading cause of accidents involving the handling of materials. Stop and think, back straight, and use legs. Rule number 14. Walk, don't run in the plant. Running is a hazard. It greatly increases the possibilities of falling. The friction between the sole of the shoe and the floor normally is much less when running than when walking, and running is dangerous to other employees. Also, trouble spots on the floor are more difficult to see. Stop and think. Rule number 15. Keep all loose objects off the floor in your work area. Place empty bottles and other items in containers provided. Safety officials tell us that poor housekeeping accounts for 1/3 or more of all falls. It is a duty of each employee to maintain good housekeeping in his work area and to report promptly any unsafe floor conditions. This area is a sure hazard. A bottle, bobbin, washers, trash, maybe more. Stop and think. Clean up before it's too late. Remember, good housekeeping is necessary for a safe working area. Rule number 16. Smoke only in designated areas. In textile mills, flammable materials are used in manufacturing and are stored. Deposits of lint are formed in many production areas. Smoking in such areas can be dangerous. Before you light up, stop and think. Special areas are provided for smoking. These areas offer receptacles for discarded cigarettes, cigars, and pipe embers, some major sources of fires. Use these areas. They are for you and your benefit. Rule number 17. Keep alert at all times, and never take shortcuts that conflict with safe procedures. Each one of us in the company, from the least experienced employee to the president, has an important part in the safety program. Shortcuts may save time, but they don't prevent accidents, right? Accidents don't happen. They are caused. When the causes are eliminated, accidents can be stopped before they occur. Stop and think.
This is Darrell R. Peebles, the man behind the microphone, bringing you something positive each day from the Peebles Motivation Bureau, both positive, personal, and professional. Remember, there are 3 divisions: digital, real life, and print. But in the digital, we have not only the YouTube channel, but the website, Zoom events, and much more. In the real life, we do pulpit supply, funerals, weddings, magic shows, keynote speakers, and more. And in the print division, not only books, but magazine articles, newspapers, and custom artwork. Locally ordered books from me can get signatures and special discount. This one is already out and about, helping others. Churches and pastors have special discounts. I appreciate you, your ideas and support. Keep them coming. These are other areas that I might be able to help you, and these are my contact points. This is Daily Dose of Darrell, responding to the free and gracious gift of God. I am using humor, the art of illusion, modern technology, and decades of serving God and communities to work every day to uncover the beauty in all people and experiences coming my way, endeavoring to educate, entertain, and inspire. Each dose on this channel can help move us toward a better, healthier, and more informed mind, body, and spirit. I'm excited to be a small part of the expanding of our capacity to learn, love, and forgive, and together leave this world a better place for all. God bless you.